Hi everyone, it's Mr. R here. Welcome to your digital music lessons. This video is for all my 5th graders and we're going to be working on the packet that I sent home for you. And these are all about reading 16th notes with 8th notes rhythmic patterns, kind of like combining them and how you go about reading them and counting them at the same time. So let's get to it. So our topic was counting 16th notes, and as you can see here on the first one we have 4 beats total, and as you can remember, a quarter note is equal to 1 beat, and so that means 2 eighth notes are equal to 1 quarter note, and 4 16th notes is equal to 1 quarter note. Therefore, you have 4 for every beat. That makes it up to 16. Now, when you count your 16th notes, we've learned it before. We go 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Count that again with me. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. On the next line, we have an 8th note followed by 2 16th notes. So that means that 8th note is equal to half of a beat, and then this 2 16th note would complete 1 beat together. Now to count it, we're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Count that with me. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. On the third line, we have 2 16th notes followed by an 8th note. Again, this combination is equal to 1 beat, but it's just the opposite of letter B. So to count this, we have 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. Count that again with me. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. And on the fourth line, we have an 8th note, but we have a dotted 8th note followed by a 16th note. So if you can remember, the dot means simply adding half of the value of this note. Therefore, you can think of it as the other 16th note that was here is just added to that 8th note here, and then that means we only need 1 16th note to make this a whole beat, or 1 beat. So to count this, you go 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. Let's try that again. Count it with me. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. So all together, just to review, we have on top line for letter A, we have 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Letter B, we have 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. C, we have 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. D, we have 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. Okay, so now let's focus on not just the counting, but also the application of this rhythmic patterns using, again, 16th notes and 8th notes. Starting off with just counting it and tapping either clapping our hands or using a pair of sticks. If you don't have sticks, you can just use pens or pencils. So column A, we have 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. One more time. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Now, if you have a drum pad at home, great. If you don't have a drum pad, just get an old book that you're not using and use your pen or pencil and simply tap it, alternating right, left, right, left. Or if you're left-handed, you can start with left, right, left, right, left, right. Here's how we're gonna play and count it. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Next we have the letter B, which is the 8th note, followed by 2 16th notes, which we count 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Count that again. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Letter C on our exercise, we have 2 16th notes followed by an 8th note. This time it was reversed compared to column B. So we're going to count it as 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So I would suggest practice each letters and do it a couple of times, 10 times even if you want. And again, you can do it slow first and then work your way, changing the speed each time. And the last one, letter D, on that packet, we have a dotted 8th note followed by a 16th note. We have 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. So we'll play it like this. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. Now here's a good exercise for you to try at home. Read and count out loud letter A, then after 2 times go straight to letter B, repeat it twice, then straight to letter C without stopping, and then straight to letter D twice without stopping. And then you can repeat it over and over. So let's try it. We're going to do it at this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. Now it's time for some application on those rhythmic patterns. Remember, when you read those rhythms, those 16th notes and 8th note combination, you don't have to just do it on a rhythmic base as far as playing percussion. You could also see those rhythmic patterns as you play other instruments like in piano, or if you play woodwind instruments, flute, clarinet, oboe, saxophone, and brass as well. So pretty much any musical piece you will encounter those patterns, and this is just an exercise for you to get used to counting them. So now we're just going to do a quick demonstration as far as counting them and playing them, for example, around the drum set. So here's the quarter note. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now we're going to do letter B, which is 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Letter C, which is the 16th notes, followed by an 8th note, which goes 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Next, for letter D, we have a dotted 8th note followed by a 16th note, which we a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1. So now I listed a couple of exercises here from numbers 1 to 5, and what I would like you to do is try and play each one. When you think you're ready, choose 2 of the exercises and then play it for me. Record a 30-second video with you tapping it or clapping it or simply using a pen with a book, tapping the book with a pair of pencils or pen. So there you go. Thank you so much, 5th graders. I hope you're staying home safe and that you will be working on this video. Continue to work on your songs, and again, use the video for vocal warm-ups first, then practice your songs for the concert.
Some of you might like to know a little bit more about our drummer, whom we affectionately refer to as Animal. Animal! That's his name, actually. Animal, why don't you tell our audience, how long have you been playing the drums? 1, 2, 5 years. Yes, okay. Well, I guess your drums mean a great deal to you, huh? Yeah. Oh, nice. You like them more than food, I guess, huh? They are food. Eat drums, eat cymbals. How symbolic. Bad pun. Yeah. Listen, I imagine you have a lot of idols. Yeah. Buddy Rich. Oh, yeah. Gene Krupa. Yeah, Krupa. Tony Checkers. He's our new drummer. He begins next week. Then again, maybe not.